Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection.
Hey, how you doing? I know we've all heard that radio broadcast before. I'll play part of the radio broadcast that led up to that particular part of it right there at the end of the video. But for right now, let's have a look at some color images I took while I was doing a infrared video. This is an object in the video at 170 millimeters for 1 second. As you can see, when we zoom in, it's out of focus. Not by much, but it's out of focus. The thing about it is, in these photographs here that are out of focus, you can also see power surge in this object, whatever it is. Now look at this area right here. This come into play during the video. It's pretty neat what it does. But anyway, this particular image right here is in focus, pretty much, believe it or not. And I'll get into that more toward the end of the video and show you what that thing looks like when you put it through a couple filters. But let's have a look at this infrared video here. Now, what was going on here at the beginning, once I spotted this thing, I reached over and turned on my other camera, got it set up, zoomed out, and then got it a little bit steady, for me anyway. But it looks like it's sitting still, but actually it's going from the south to the north, and I'm trying to follow it. Now, watch what it does right around in here. Tip of the hat to you. Ain't that cool? Anyway, this is a photograph of it that's a little bit in focus, and in it you can see the different levels of energy being produced by this thing, and you can also see it open and closing. I mean, that's a time-lapsed photograph, basically. I mean, that's 1 second. It's what most people would call it, but I call them still videos. And I go through it a section at a time because I know that object is tracking through that long streak right there, and it's doing different things in the process. And I just think that's kind of a neat way to look at some of these photographs. But anyway, this here, as you can see from the other ones, these are all taken in sequence here. So this thing is powering up and powering down. But this is really interesting when you put it through a filter and you actually start looking at the construct of it. And what I noticed, of course, always is this, what I call the vortex generator, which it probably isn't, but nonetheless, it's always there. And you can see it in the front right here, and you can see it on the side in these different positions here. And there's the object, and this is another 1 second photograph. And you can see where it closes up right here, and opens up, and closes back up. And so the more I got to looking at that, I was like, that looks like tin foil or gold foil or something, and it's got this square shape in the front, right? So I'm like, what's up with that? This thing is actually constructing and reconstructing itself in flight, and I'm thinking, how could it possibly do that? Well, if this material is thin enough and it's got any memory to it, then it's doing what they claim the Roswell ship had on it. It had a foil-like construct to it. It had a memory in the metal. So I don't know if that's what we're looking at or not, but you know, it's got all the similar signs to it, in my opinion. But anyway, that clip, the audio clip at the beginning, um, actually, that's more toward the end of the radio broadcast from that time frame back there. So let you listen to part of what led up to that you heard at the beginning, because there's more to it. I'll just play part of it here for you.
Late this afternoon, a bulletin from New Mexico suggested that the widely publicized mystery of the flying saucers may soon be solved. Army Air Force officers reported that one of the strange discs had been found and inspected sometime last week. Our correspondents in Los Angeles and Chicago have been in contact with Army officials endeavoring to obtain all possible late information. Joe Wilson reports to us now from Chicago.
So the report from Chicago is what you heard at the beginning of the video here. So anyway, there's more to this broadcast right here. I'll have to dig it out somewhere and let you listen to it sometime. But anyway, thanks for stopping by and having a look. Hope you subscribe and share. Certainly won't ask you to like the video, you know, especially if you don't. But anyway, you take care out there no matter what you're doing, and hopefully we'll get to do this again sometime. Thanks again.